Warning: bad or taboo language.
Possibly.
Recording in progress. She did it.
I
Because
thought you were going to stop. I thought you were going to stop and we were going to restart.
oh, yeah, all right. Do it. Recording in progress. We'll do it again.
We're there.
She's never gonna
Maybe you could have both.
go for.
Recording in progress.
Oh yeah, it doesn't come out when on the recording. Her voice,
No,
does it?
yours does so.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say it every time. Recording in progress. Reflections from Sunday. Then, do you think?
Reflections from Sunday about the retreat that we advertised last week for the viewers, but was actually what 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
If you're watching this now.
yeah, that's true. And hello, by the way.
Hello. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
got
right. No,
straight into it.
yeah. Yeah,
Thanks
hello.
for
Well,
joining us. Anyway, uh, uh, totally scripted, totally planned. Well coordinated
bye.
podcast
Yeah.
by Namaste MFs, which is potentially our new band name.
Yeah. Or, or Steph at the Burnt Out Mums.
Steph and the Burnt Out Mums. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
we did a retreat at Harewood Holistics Archpal called Innerstanding on Sunday the 6th of July. This is episode 14 of the Woo Woo Weirdo podcast, and I think it will air uh,
No
yeah,
idea.
towards the end of July. And as you just quite rightly said, we the last recording that we did, we promoted said retreat without realizing that by the time anybody watches that episode 13, it will be 2 or 3 weeks after the retreat has been and gone.
And you noticed that I was completely oblivious to it as well.
I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it at the time. I only noticed it in editing.
When we heard it back,
Well,
yeah.
I say editing.
Warts and all. Warts and
Yeah,
all.
we operate a light touch editing policy, laissez faire,
Yeah.
like our approach to economics.
Mm.
So we did, what day is it? Tuesday. We did deliver
Mm.
this 2 days ago.
Just 2 days ago.
It's mythical retreat. The Fig Roll Mystics gave a retreat. So reflections. Do you want to go first?
I think the first reflection was the openness right from the off. Probably my biggest uh reflection or most obvious thing that I noticed was I don't think that's happened in a retreat I've led before so quickly for so much openness to be expressed in the introductions at the start of a retreat.
Yeah.
You know, the first, well, apart from me and you, the first person to comment talked about having a heart attack just recently. 3 people in, we had tears. And this is just to say who you are, what you want to get out of the day, and tell us a little bit about yourself. So, I mean, it was just like instant. Everyone just felt open and safe and calm and relaxed right from the very off. And I'm pretty certain, I don't think that's ever happened on any of my retreats. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that? You didn't
No,
hear
but
that.
I've seen Eric. Is Eric
You've
in the
seen
photo?
Eric. Is he
I've
wandering
seen a
around?
horse
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
your right shoulder, left shoulder as I
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
you.
He's not out there now.
He just came wandering through shot.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
Eric. It was a black
It
and
will
white
be
horse.
Eric. It's the only horse here. It'll
Oh,
be
well,
Eric.
it's definitely Eric. Eric's actually so Eric's dipping his toe into the water then.
It
Appearing
is.
on camera.
It is.
He's
Yeah.
been a silent
He can't
presence.
help himself. I'll have to put a short up on my YouTube channel when I have that video. I'll put it on social media, but not YouTube, of him of him walking across the back and going, "Oh." So I'll do that. I've not
Maybe
taught him. I've not taught him yoga yet. I've not got round to that yet. Maybe this weekend. I've got quite a bit of. I'm on the land this weekend, basically. I'm
on the
not.
land. Yeah.
on the land this
It's
weekend.
a
So
nice expression.
yeah,
So just going back, whilst Eric's done what Eric does and distracted both of us again. We were Weirdo Club with Eric the horse as a permanent guest star. Um, I was laughing because I just had this image of the boxes of tissues flying around the room
yeah, yeah.
that
There were
was filled.
multiple boxes of tissues. Yeah,
It was
there was.
beautiful.
It was really nice, and even on the walk to lunch, it was reflected by quite a few people that that was a nice way to start
Yeah,
because it just gave everybody permission
it
to
did.
be them. So no, everybody's guard just dropped instantly, and that's a powerful thing. It's a
It's a
powerful
very
thing.
powerful thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because we don't do it.
we don't do it. No,
And we can't access the woo-woo if we don't let ourselves be open either.
no, yeah.
Um,
If we're closed off, we're not. We're going to be headbutting a wall, aren't we? Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I was just like, wow. And two feedbacks actually. G in the morning, she said that's the best night's sleep I've had in ages. And I went to yoga this morning to teach a class, and Edna, who was there, she said, I've not slept that well in, and she doesn't know how long. She said that she's like, she literally put her head down. She said her husband was trying to talk to her at the end of the day, and she's like, she said she told him that she just couldn't, she was just completely clear. Everything was completely clear, completely fresh, and she just had no need to talk or communicate. And then when she went to bed, she slept right the way through the night without a single disturbance and woke up when she needed to get up and felt great the next day. So that's just two. And that was just she come up to me straight away this morning to say that. So yeah. So, two instant feedback. So again, the energy was on point.
oh
I
yeah,
would say the energy was on point right from the off, right carrying on into the next day, yesterday.
just
So
simply brilliant.
yeah, yeah.
Simply brilliant. Because
Hmm.
ultimately we're doing this to help.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
To
we're
clear, to clear, to clear the
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
that's what it's all about. It's about,
Mhm.
well, inner standing, heart opening. It's what we set out to do. It was our intention that I
Hmm.
mean, this is I would consider this to be a woo-woo sort of exchange because that's exactly what a lot of the woo-woo is about. It's the things you can't see, the pseudoscience as we
Yeah. Hmm.
identified, the stuff that is existing that you don't necessarily believe is existing or perceive, and yet we know it does.
Yeah.
So we all feel it. And for people to see, I was thinking that um, it's very interesting for me because I was the only person in the room with my eyes open at one point, obviously. And I had this sea of people in front of me in deep, deep relaxation. And it was a beautiful way that we set it up, I think. I mean, we're blowing
Mm.
out our own trumpet here, but obviously, most people would expect a little get to know you icebreaker. Your question is always a good one. What's your one unique thing about yourself? And I completely, if you remember, I blanked.
Yeah.
Totally
Which
blanked.
is a rare thing. I've never known Steve not to have words
That's true,
ever,
yeah.
ever.
Apart from the, apart from the hour in yin where
Oh, yeah. When you're not being
genuinely,
spoken to.
yeah. And what I should have said was, I have this uncanny knack of making women and girls cry. No, that's just a post
Can
retreat
be construed
joke.
in many different ways, but yes.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. I'm not. I mean, so going back to the way it was set up. All right,
Yeah.
a little bit of sharing. These things always kind of start with the sharing. Anything to do with this, any sort of ceremony I've been to. No, this is a retreat, a yoga retreat.
Just gonna say, normally with the sharing, though, everybody's kind of, they're really closed off. They feel awkward. They feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to. So, yeah, sorry, go on.
No, no, yeah, it's fine. It's a chat. It's just hard, isn't it, on Zoom?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you've only got the verbal.
Hmm.
'Cause, like we talked about the first one, I can't. Well, I am looking at you now, so I suppose I could look at you and
Hmm.
get the verbals from that, but you still don't get the verbal. What you don't get is the energy.
Hmm.
Really,
Yeah.
do you?
Mm. No,
Like,
not as direct. Not as direct. No.
no, well, not quite.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sure the viewers at home are feeling the energy though.
yeah. What I mean
Is
is
it?
like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in the communication, the instant communication energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
That edge, that edge of it.
it's hard to know when you're going to stop. Like, it's not
I'd say it's
difficult.
harder to know when you're going to stop. To be fair.
Never, if you let me. Never.
Never, never.
Never. I defy you. Well, I don't know. I defy you to stop me from talking. Um, but it was set up really nicely, actually, wasn't it? And you did a
Hmm.
tremendous job of sussing the energy and sussing what people needed from the yoga part of it.
Yeah,
It was absolutely perfect.
yeah, I had quite a strong flow kind of planned, but then as soon as we went, I just like, no, it's not what we need. It's not what anybody wants. It's not what we need. So improvise away, feel into the room. Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's just great. And then obviously the potato breathing
Mm-hmm.
and the Nidra was
Mm.
great. Lunch was good. I think the walk through the deer park helps as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the afternoon, I was like, wow, people
Mm.
went into a very relaxed state very quickly.
All sorts of journeys, weren't there? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody shared. There were a few people, I think they were
Mm.
astounded. I don't know. It's very difficult to know because I can't read people's minds as such.
Not
But
yet.
not yet. Not yet. But I think a couple of people might have been surprised at themselves.
Mm.
I'd like to know, but it's more difficult, isn't it? Because although people were opening up, so some people didn't say a word
No, there's
in the end.
always it's always the way, isn't it? Some people are more open to sharing, and some people just like to experience, didn't they?
But
Yeah.
to hear this about two people that we know of saying had the best night's sleep, if nothing else, do it for
And
that.
these are two busy brains as well. These are two busy brains,
And
self-admitted busy brains, like, you know. So it's not just somebody that likes to get a good night's sleep on a regular basis. It's the two people that do struggle with sleep, and
yeah.
yeah, yeah, gone out like a light.
So
So
it was great. I
mm,
thought I enjoyed every minute of it.
yeah,
And I think it's nice. It was nice to be practicing with everybody, rather than just so actually participating in what you were leading and then the other way around.
mm,
Um, but clearly people got something out of it, which is what
yeah.
we and
Yeah.
onwards,
The
upwards.
visualizations were great, you know, they were
Really,
fantastic. It's probably the most relaxed visualizations that I've managed in a guided session, to be fair, since since any time. It was just so
cool.
easy. And I could smell smells, I could hear sounds, you know, I could see things. I felt movement of my body up and down. Like, you know, just before you even said about going up and down, it was like that was the first one of the first things that I felt on that. Um, can't even remember what it's called, carousel in that, I suppose.
Carousel merry-go-round.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think the cacao helped that part of it or hindered?
I don't know. So sometimes cacao's really subtle. Sometimes it's quite overpowering. There's only been one time that I've really found cacao really blew my socks off, and that was a during and after, more even after a sound bath. So
Ah,
um, I don't know. I don't
so you
really
had a
know.
sound bath and then you had cacao.
No, we had cacao at the start of. I mean, it had been it was kind of a day retreat anyway. So we'd done a bit of stuff. I taught at the yin at one of them, this one, and then in the afternoon to finish off the last 2 or 3 hours was what's that, a sound bath. It was a full on intense rave kind of thing,
Oh,
but with
really?
hand pans and didgeridoos and
Oh,
all.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, a sound bath. Yeah.
really
Was that at
fantastic.
Acorn or somewhere else?
No, that was a Hubie. At the Moonrise Studio
Ah,
with Deirdre, the amazing Deirdre. Um, like you spoke to her the other day, didn't you,
Qigong.
Deirdre?
Qigong.
Yeah, Qigong. Yeah. Before she was a Qigonger, but yeah, great thing. And like I was buzzing after leaving the sound bath, driving home. I was just like flipping hell. I feel wired, like really good, like up energy, like full of it. Um, and that was the only time that I've really been sent to space by cacao. Um,
Probably
But
the
with the sound as well.
probably the sound that what
Yeah,
did it, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Just really activated it all up. But it's just a whole day, isn't it? Like I said, right from the start, people were just open. They were prepared. They were willing. They allowed themselves right from the off to be open to receive. So I think what you wrote in the blurb before we even started was, "You'll be there because you were meant to be there." And I think that it couldn't have been truer. Um, people just had to be there. The ones that were there had to be there, and they knew it, even if they didn't know it consciously. They knew it in their hearts, and they were led there to be there. And
I'm so
that's
grateful for them coming. I'm so grateful
mm,
for them allowing themselves to be vulnerable,
yeah,
if that's the
mm,
right word, or open is another word,
yeah,
and allowing us to assist in this way. I mean, I just think it was awesome.
yeah. It
Um,
was. Watch
trying
this
to think.
space for more.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Can't
this isn't
wait.
just a promo video. This is just reflection. This is the first time we've sat down and spoke to each other since the event. So
Yeah, good, isn't it?
um, it was I don't know whether to touch on it or not. Obviously, last week was quite an emotional week. Strangely for me, not
Uh,
so strangely for you, but strangely for me. So it was interesting the week building up to it. We had both been open about being open, but privately, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
I
yeah,
shed te I shed tears last
yeah.
week, and that's not something that I do easily. And it was over the cat, which was really strange for me because anyway. So it was interesting that I don't know whether we carried that energy into the room or whether that was just where everybody was at. Maybe it had been an emotional week for a lot of people, maybe a much emotional month for a lot of people. I know that somebody else's father-in-law there had passed away in the
Oh,
last
yeah.
month or so.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just it just felt right for everybody, I think. And like yeah, it was just nice to have everybody just open up and be free
It was
because
what
that's
was needed. I mean, so yeah, I, my dad's funeral yesterday.
yeah.
So Sunday, our retreat, funeral yesterday. And I think that what we did on Sunday helped me
Hmm.
yesterday, but helped everybody.
Yeah.
So this is like, this is not meant to be narcissistic, arrogant, self-centered, or egoic, or anything like that. But we've been opening up in preparation for this and things that we talked offline. Obviously, I've been preparing to deliver a eulogy or a tribute, whatever you want to call it. Both is what I actually called it. And but I think yesterday there was a lot of love displayed and actually a lot of openness and a lot of people that I didn't expect to open up.
Mm.
And like not verbally,
Hmm.
nothing like that, just the feeling.
Yeah. Mm. And
So
that's the bit that matters, isn't it? Is
yeah,
connecting to the feeling, how you express that.
and everything is connected. So
Mm.
it's like if we hadn't done the day retreat, would what happened yesterday have gone the same way?
Hmm.
Arguably not. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know.
We just don't know, do we?
We don't. But um, what I do know is that that was a beautiful, open, loving retreat
Mm.
to then followed by a beautiful, open, loving funeral. And
Yeah.
then actually a good day at a bloody
Yeah.
funeral.
Mm.
It's like crazy. And everybody spoke to this morning, so it's a good day yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I don't even drink anymore. I haven't drunk since 2010.
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, that was quite good. I didn't drink yesterday either.
No. No.
But there was a lot of alcohol consumed, but nobody was getting leery or anything like that.
Hmm.
It was just nice. Anyway,
Yeah.
so so we did bring the woo. We have brought the woo woo through for
It's
me and
amazing what rhymes.
for me and for you. It's just what we do.
It's just what we do.
Now go and have a poo.
A link to Steve's book is in the description below if you choose to purchase via Amazon.
That's funny because my dad actually wrote and self-published 7 novels.
Hmm.
And so nobody nobody took me up on it, but I was trying to sell his books for 50 quid yesterday. Yeah.
That's the spirit. He'd be
Well,
proud of you.
yeah, only because the money would have come to me cash had anybody bid.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's probably that retreat done to death. Pun not intended. God. Oh dear. But the only person who didn't travel was me. Um, and that was very, very bizarre.
Mm.
Obviously, everybody was having,
Bizarre for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I've done what we did. I've done many times as a client or a recipient.
Hmm.
Um, and I just knew everybody was going to have an experience because I just knew it. And especially when
Hmm.
everybody starts opening up. Um, so it's like, I wonder where they're going. I wonder what, it's like, I mean,
There was some
what,
interesting overlaps, weren't there? There were some interesting overlaps as well.
yeah, we obviously don't want to break confidentiality, so
No,
keep the
yeah,
names out of it. But
yeah.
and obviously don't want to, like, make a corridor, right? And go down the corridor is one of the visualizations. And then somebody comes out and goes, "That's really weird. I was in a medieval corridor." And I'm like, "That's not weird. That's like normal." You know, like
Hmm.
for these things, it's like, and I'm like, "Yeah, great." And then the other person pipes up, like, "I went down the medieval corridor too." And then did you see like look, I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then what? Because I then had three conversations going.
You had a few going on. There was something that the person that originally said about the medieval corridor then went on to describe meeting their gardener or a gardener who they didn't have a name of,
Yeah.
but they met a gardener in the sky and they were talking to the gardener but didn't get a name. And then the other person with the medieval corridor said, "Well, I wrote down that I was a gardener."
Oh, I didn't get
Yeah,
that. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
There were, I think
He
there
was
were
in the
three.
sky.
I think
Or
there were,
he or she.
he wasn't in the sky. No, he wasn't in the
Was he
sky.
not?
But mate, well,
Oh, he
he might
went
have
to
been
the
in the,
light. No,
he
he
might,
was in
he might
in
have been in
light,
this.
wasn't he?
Yeah. I think there were three overlaps between their two stories, their two visualizations. And it's almost like they were kind of, yeah,
Not connected.
because energy is energy and experience is experience. And we are a hive mind, not the Borg, but we are hive mind.
Resistance is
Resistance
futile.
is futile.
Your
Um,
biological and technological distinctiveness will be added to our own.
yeah, so it's interesting. And although you didn't journey, for want of a better of a word, um, how did you feel holding the space?
Amazing.
Mm,
Amazing. Loved it. Got a lot of like not just because I knew what they were because I've done it. This is
yeah.
so that somebody was training to do this technique that this is based on the QHHT quantum healing hypnosis technique, and as we said, it wasn't that exactly because you know it wasn't that because you've done it.
Mm,
And one of the limitations in a group setting is you can't ask the questions, you can't have the dialogue that we would have.
mm,
Um, but one of the people that was training to become a QHHT practitioner is like, I've never done it. Not the group work,
hmm,
not the actual being under.
mm,
And then we had a fail. I had a fail. It's not failure at all, but if you want to use this, I had a session where this person brought themselves out of it. I can't see
hmm,
what you ask, you command me to see, you demand that I see something. I'm not demanding, like, this person knows the technique. And you know that, well, you probably can't quite remember it all, but as to induce the theta brainwave state, we go through script and we take people through a journey, a visualization journey, a mental journey. And there's no demands in it.
mm,
There's no demand at all. It's gentle, it's lovely. And it's like, well, when you demand that I see this and that, I can't, it's very off-putting. And you're like, whoa. that
Mm,
I'm very comfortable with it because I'm like, I know, like you've experienced it from me,
mm-hmm.
and everybody in that room on Sunday experienced a very similar technique. There's no demands. There's
No.
no, you're bringing your own stuff in
Mm,
here.
mm.
But then got up. Actually, it was a female, and she cried. So we go back,
To
and,
make
and it's like,
make him.
and it's like, fine, it's no problem. I literally have no problems. It's just learning for me, just experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, well, I don't need to go through it in order to practice it, do I? And I'm thinking, maybe not, but is it not important to have experienced it? I don't really know the answer to that. It's a
I know
theoretical
there's
question.
never right or wrong, is there? But I would personally, I would suggest that yes, it would be helpful. May not necessary, maybe not necessary, but it's nice to know where people are going. And if you're taking people on a journey, it's nice to have been there yourself before, so you can feel into it a little bit more. You
Exactly.
know,
So I was like, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
sorry, go on.
No, I mean, if you've got resistance about going there yourself, whoever you are, if you've got resistance about going there yourself, then is there
In
going to be, I don't
Lakesh,
know, I just
in
feel that there'd
Lakesh,
be,
like in.
yeah, exactly. In the Keshe I feel that you're going to have resistance about taking people in there, or when they're in there, you're not going to be open enough to journey with to travel with them, journey with them. It's always that word, isn't it? Journey.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Um,
A word
but
I
yeah,
don't particularly like, by the way.
no, no, exactly. It's
Yeah.
funny. It always comes
But
back to that.
so you're right. I mean, delivering it to that group is different because you don't have to be there with them because you cannot be there because there was 12 people. So this is some of the reflections. Like I felt really at peace.
Mm,
Felt so peaceful.
mm,
And just like I was meant to be doing this. If
mm.
we go back to the original question,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was the most natural thing in the world
Mm,
to
mm,
be there. And I had my scripts and everything, as you know, because I, prepared it
mm.
very much. I rehearsed it. Um, but it was just meant to be. Very
Yeah.
peaceful,
Mm,
incredibly, and the energy is just loving energy. It's
yeah.
To be fair, Dolores Cannon talks about it all the time that when she's practicing that technique, but more in the deep level technique where we just contact the higher self, the subconscious, and that energy is powerful and loving. And we can feel it when we do it as the
Mm,
practitioner. You
yeah.
can feel it. And I've couple of times I've delivered it. I've been in not in tears because it's
Mm,
difficult to cry, but like, and also you
yeah.
got to keep your head together because you've got to make sure the person's safe. But you can feel this, and it's not like
Mm,
it's happy
yeah.
tears. It's like
Mm,
love tears. When
mm,
you
mm.
and so it was very peaceful and very the energy's just lovely.
Yeah.
Um, but also observing it, it's like, oh my God, these people are gonna like, unless they're with no judgment, unless they're like not ready for it,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be coming out and like one person to my right, if you and I think was very questioning, very analytical, and it was good analytical questions. But you were like, let's not be too analytical, which helped me a lot. But I think that person surprised themselves.
Yeah. It's normally that kind of reaction.
And I
Yeah.
think a number of people in there surprised themselves.
Mm,
And um, I just hope they had a really nice experience and
yeah.
journey or whatever it was, because I think they will have done.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they will. And that's normally, I want to go back to how you felt while you were doing it as a shared experience from how I feel when I deliver stuff as well and something to do with Reiki. But sometimes that kind of acknowledgement of when you go under and you go on a little journey again.
yeah, well, we could just keep saying moving, it's fine.
Just keep saying it. When you go on that experience and that path, like you come out of it and you're like, well, I wasn't expecting that. So now, and we are taught to think with our brain, aren't we? Taught to think before you speak, think before you act, think before you do this. And said person has a scientific background as well, so it's more analytical naturally as well. So that
No,
person
no
is going to
judgment
be
at all.
no, no, no,
Fascinating.
exactly. But for it is almost it's not like the best form of defense is attack, but it's like okay, well that experience has happened to me. How did that happen? I need to understand it, and that's kind of where we're at with humanity at the minute. I just literally just taught someone this morning who's got one of these rings, and again,
Oh, the
I'm
Ura ring.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, this.
I
Not
will,
like you get.
I will say it now. Actually, there was a couple we did a 2-to-1 session, um, and we did yin. I've never met them before. I didn't know anything about them. I've literally just done a 1-to-1 with them. The hotel guest somewhere, and they've just come in. We did a 1-to-1. Had a little chat. Decided on yin. About halfway through the yin practice, he sat up and he's just gone. So what are the meridian channels? What do they do? What's the point of this? How does that benefit that? How does I mean I've been talking through it as well. I'd already described
Yeah.
what the meridian channels were and stuff like that. But something has obviously happened to him at one point in that session, and he just went click, analytical brain, question. And I started to answer it, and his wife, bless her, she was just down in for a rebound. And then she let the conversation go for a little bit, and I was drawn away from the practice, to be fair. And I was answering the questions because something had obviously twigged in him, and his analytical brain went in and said, what's going on? Why am I feeling like this? What's happening?" sort of thing. So I kind of broke it down, and then she said, "Well, you're taking me away from my practice now. Can we drop back into it?" And I was like, "That's a good call because sometimes we can take ourselves out of it, and sometimes it's better to experience it and reflect later and let it absorb and settle than it is to get lost in the kind of discussion and flow of it." And so it's interesting that that happened to me today as well, on the back of what happened Sunday with a few people, because there was a couple of them that were
Started down.
analyze. I need to what does how do I decipher this? And it's like, well, let it sink into your system. Just sit with it.
What I did miss though, on reflection, but in the moment it's sometimes quite difficult.
Mm.
I missed there was an opportunity to say in the because the question was how is going through this helpful?
Yeah, that's exactly what the man said to me today as well. What's the
Yeah.
point? How's it beneficial? Interesting.
So I missed yeah, for the QHHT though, I missed the opportunity to say, but in the full QHHT, we do contact your subconscious or the higher self, and we do ask, why did you show this to Matt today?
Mhm. Mm.
What is Matt supposed to do with this today? This
Mm.
information that
Yeah.
we've
Mm.
been seeing today. What's
Yeah.
the point
Mm.
of what Matt has just seen? Because that comes at the end of the hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
The last half an hour, the way I do it is like half an hour kind of inducing the state, half an hour, whatever that is, like either past lives, current lives, no life, whatever it is. And the last half an hour is we connect to the subconscious or the higher, the all that there is. And it's that we're trying, and I did say this in the retreat, it's that
Mm.
we're trying to do. We're trying to get that connection with the source, that all that there is, God, whatever you want to call it, energy. And then we ask those questions, don't we, in the one-on-one? It's
Mhm.
like, why are we seeing this today? What
Mm.
do you want him to do next? And then
Mm.
all of the questions that we've worked on in the interview.
Mm. Mm.
And so it's a kind of weird one because if you went through the whole process one-on-one, you wouldn't ask that questions.
No. Yeah.
But then the meridians and the yin. You see, this is all about where people I think this is just about where people's development is, each individual being different. Uh,
Mm.
I can remember the first time I went to one of your yin classes, and I'd done a bit of yin, well, a lot of yin, but nobody had ever linked it to the meridians. But I've also experienced acupuncture and
Mm.
looked into these things and I understand. I've even got one of the leading texts on Chinese medicine on my bookshelf that I
That's a
don't
good
use.
read. Read it.
Yeah,
Read it.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Well,
lend it to me and I'll read it because I could do
oh,
with brushing up on
yeah.
some of it, to be fair. But
What's it called? Something the web. I'll have to look it up and maybe
yeah.
we'll talk about it on Thursday. But
Mm.
you can't. It's not one of those books to read beginning to end. But
No, it's not.
so like I'm like you start talking about the meridians. It's like yeah, energy flow centers, chakras, meridians, acupuncture points, acupressure points. To be fair, I remember going to an acupuncture session, a lying there, and she left the room, and I'm like, have I just paid 50 quid to have a little chill for half an hour? And then I thought, so what if I have? I need it.
Mm.
And actually, I'm glad she's not in the room. And I'm
Mm.
literally, because she can't move because she's stuck full of needles, right? I'm like, oh, I can't move. I couldn't even move if I want to. So then you get to this like surrender thing that we're in.
Hmm.
I'm like, well, I've just got to lie here. I can't. I don't want to take the needles out because I don't know what I'm doing. I might puncture an artery or something. So I'm like, oh, or whatever the money was. I don't remember what the money was, but
Mm.
let's just say, I'm like, shit. I don't know whether this is doing anything. I think I just paid 50 quid for a lie down in the middle of the day. And then
Yeah.
it's like, but that's awesome.
You stop him. Yeah. That happened to me on a massage in India. I'd, he gave me a massage and then he disappeared. And I was like, is that it? Like, he didn't say a word. He just walked out of the room. And I was like, am I supposed to get up and get dressed now or what? What's going on? And then he come back in and did a bit more. And then he just disappeared again. And then I was like, okay, maybe I need to get. And then he come back in, did a bit more, and then disappeared. I was, maybe he was expecting me to get up and go, but I just kept laying there. So he was like, oh, cheeky fucker, I'll give him some more. Like, piss off. I don't know what was
No,
going on.
it's like there's a the Queen's Gambit series on Netflix. I know you don't watch the telly about a
Mm.
chess prodigy.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
where
was
she was
it's a
playing
good
chess against.
series.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And we remember
yeah.
the scene where she's playing chess against like 20 people.
Hmm.
Maybe the
Yeah.
massage guy was like
Maybe he's doing
that.
that.
He had like a circular room. 5 minutes here, right? Where we are? There, there,
Yeah.
there, 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 there. They'll never know. They'll never know. Or he was just managing his socials,
Maybe,
going
maybe.
over, or checking on his bets.
Yeah. I mean, the list is endless.
Man
Could have been
United
having
three 0.
a nice cup of chai, or a
Yeah.
nice Coke on a. Yeah, yeah. I feel better now. Let's go back in.
Or maybe the
Maybe
point is that the massage puts you into a certain state, and we do. And maybe the point is sometimes,
allow the
yeah,
energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or just do
Coming
like,
back to energy, going back to energy, and like what you were talking about, uh, feeling the love as you practice. That's one of the things with Reiki as well. When you're delivering Reiki, be open to it because the Reiki is passing through you and into the client. That's sort of be open to receiving while you're giving as well. It's not just like facilitating, holding space and give, give, give. It's like being open to receive the energy that you
yeah,
are giving as well, isn't it? And that's when you start to get stuff back for yourself. And it's a beautiful thing. When I was doing landscaping before going fully self-employed, um, I would be absolutely shattered from the day's work, but then I'd go and teach a class, and it was an hour and a half class of an evening, whether it be the Monday or the Wednesday. And I would walk into the room absolutely exhausted, just literally had tea on the drive, quick shower when I got there, and then straight into the class. And I'd be absolutely shattered to start the class. Come the end of the class, I was fully revitalized, fully energized. And it's just the energy that passes through you, it comes back in, or it's passing through you. So you're absorbing it as you're delivering it. And it's just such a beautiful thing when you're facilitating, just to experience that energy exchange. And
yeah.
I did feel quite tired off after Sunday, to be fair. I did feel quite tired, but I felt good as well.
But you spent the
Really.
afternoon in a deep state of relaxation, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it will have,
Yeah.
well, you will have benefited from that. This is probably
Hmm.
depends on the type of tiredness, doesn't it? Sometimes there's like
Mm.
good tired, and sometimes there's stress tired.
Yeah. No, I was just relaxed. I suppose I felt like Edna, actually. I
Maybe.
just that I just wanted to just be still.
Well,
And I was
everybody in
yesterday.
those.
I just spent the whole day pretty much in bed. It was
Really?
lovely. I taught in the evening, but apart from that, I stuck a couple of movies on, laid in bed, did some breath work. I did absolutely nothing, and
Bloody
it felt
hell.
fucking great.